Fix this.
Holy crap! What a pay-per-view all in London. Boys, give me one word to describe how you're feeling.
Excellent.
Oh, God, just ecstatic, like thrilled. I don't think one word would do justice.
2 words.
I know.
Let's roll this intro.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
You're watching the AFW Network. I am, of course, your host, Canada Dry, that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch, and my cohorts here. The man to my right, introduce yourself.
I am EVP Joe, and all I've got to say is yes, yes, yes.
I started this day with a peaceful iced tea.
And you're ending the day with a peaceful.
I'm ending our podcast journey with
I mean,
another.
for you, it's only midday, but hey.
Yes. Yes, it's 2:10.
Yeah, 2:10.
So it's like 5 o'clock here. If it's dinner time for you guys.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock for me.
As they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
Introduce yourself, sir. Is he frozen?
I don't know if he's frozen or if he's.
I think he freezes at the first.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Coming
like
in from one great pay-per-view tonight. I can't believe it, man. Showtime Shane, once again, the closer, in to close today.
Yes, he is the closer.
And
And of course,
potentially
yeah,
we
Matt,
might be
you're,
potentially unified tag team champions too. We'll see about that later.
I'm doing results after the podcast. So
Matt B, your song nemesis.
yeah, this is the first time you've been live since we played that video, right?
Is he frozen?
Yeah.
Yet?
Yeah. Yeah, it has been my first time. Sorry, I'm just let's just say yesterday I had a wild bender, and I'm still feeling the effects today.
All
He's
right.
drinking the Wawa today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
It'll be the Gatorade or Powerade.
Have you eaten your greasy thing yet?
No, I can't even eat right now.
Sometimes that grease helps the.
That's
the
true.
handler.
But
Big
then
greasy
sometimes it could also do the opposite and then come right back up. Yeah.
It's a Big Mac remix. All right. What a show we had today. Like, aside from a few hiccups, I think this was an amazing show.
I dare say pay-per-view of the year so far.
Yeah.
It was absolutely astounding. Like, it had big vibes all over this thing.
Yes, it did.
Like, and like I said this morning, like, Tony Khan's ability on this pay-per-view to get almost like his whole roster. Like, there's obviously not some RHK guys that weren't there, but still. Like, even Matt Menard was on commentary.
Yeah. I will say the pacing for this pay-per-view, I feel was phenomenal. Like, every match didn't go 30 minutes. Like, I honestly didn't think we'd be starting this podcast till closer to 6.
I honestly thought it was going to be till 3 o'clock, dude.
Yeah, 4-hour main card is great.
Yeah, this had Mania vibes all over it.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of Menard, he's actually doing the post show right now too, as we speak.
Yeah,
So
Matt Menard's.
AEW's really utilizing him for his vocal talents, man, and I like it.
Menard, he's good on the mic for the announce team.
Look, that's what he should do until his tag partner comes back. Until Cool Hand Ange comes back, you know.
Yeah, get them back in the tag division.
Yep.
I'm loving it. All right, let's get right into it because we have a stacked pre-show.
12 matches.
A stacked pre-show. Let's start with the pre-show.
All right. I did not write the individual participants down because it's a lot, but the first match was a 16-man tag match that was announced.
It's my normie friend.
We were doing.
Hey, GM Joe's wife.
What is her name again? Bethany? No.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Tiffany. Yes. How can I forget that name?
That's right. We're going to get her to replace
Oh gosh. But so the first match was the massive 16-man tag team match. I didn't write down who was on each, but I know the winning team was Top Flight and Leo Rush.
And Andrade was back in action in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, not Andrade.
Top Flight, Action
Andrade.
Leo Rush. Like, there's so many people I don't remember. It was a fun match, though. It was just chaos everywhere. Like, I love seeing Leo Rush versus Satnam Singh. That was absolutely hilarious.
Yes, that was fun. Like, they portrayed him like a monster. They portrayed him right.
The best part is like Leo Rush is doing his little running around the ring real fast. Yeah. And Satnam's he's just no selling it. He's just standing there.
Yes, I found this very entertaining. We'll keep it short and simple with this. Showtime, any thoughts on this?
I'm not going to lie. I actually fell asleep after you guys' podcast and woke up right before the main show. So I didn't see any of the pre-show whatsoever.
Oh, you didn't even see Staten Hathaway.
No, I only got I didn't get to see the hater return either.
Oh, man.
Oops.
We'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
Anything else? You want to go on to the next match? We'll just breeze through these pre-matches real quick.
Well, we'll answer this question. Why are you a Niners fan if you're from Canada?
Well, we don't really have any other. We don't have American other teams locally. Yeah, I guess it could be a Seahawks. Seahawks is close, but I don't like Seattle. So
let's be honest. When you probably chose the Niners, the Seahawks sucked. So.
Yeah, Seahawks.
You know, I tried to cheer for the Seahawks, and they even won the Super Bowl that one year. And I felt hollow and empty. It didn't feel like they were my team, so I was like, screw it.
They should have won back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah,
but Pete Carroll's a moron.
Yeah,
dude.
All right, which match we got next?
Next is the mixed tag match: Stat and Stokely versus Willow and Tomohiro Ishii. I enjoyed this match. I was kind of hoping for more shenanigans from Stokely. And like I said on the podcast, I think it's weird that the faces won here. I think it would have been more intriguing for Stat to be able to pick the stipulation for All Out as opposed to Willow picking the stipulation.
But does this set up Stat for a win?
I mean, I don't know. It's the CMLL women's title. Who knows what they want to do?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I liked when Stat was in the ring with Ishii and she's just pounding away on him. That I thought was cool.
Stat didn't look like she was out of place with Ishii.
No, like I think she and what about that spine buster from Hathaway?
Yeah. It would have been better if Ishii would have sold it a little bit. He's getting up, celebrating, flexing, and he just turns around and there's Ishii just standing there.
Yeah, I found this is a good warm-up match for the show, because it had somewhat of an importance.
I honestly thought this was going to be the third match. I thought this would be the one that would close out the show. going into the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then our next match is the
10-man,
10-man.
which was the Von Erichs, Dustin Rhodes, Shibata, and
Sammy.
versus Cage of Agony and Undisputed Kingdom.
Now, I want to point out, I think it was Mike Bennett. He delivered the best spine buster I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, he did. Dude,
That's
Bennett,
I'm not sure who was on,
I think it was one of the Von Erichs, I believe.
but because you need a good seller for this too, right? It can't just be that one guy.
Yeah.
Like those two, they made that look amazing. And Spinebusters should look like that every time.
Yeah. I think he stood out the most out of anybody in this match.
Bennett?
Yeah. Even in a loss.
Mike Bennett is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an underrated talent, man. 100% underrated talent.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to add to this?
No, I think that's it. And then last but not least, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about how Saraya comes out to hijack the show. She's talking about how she won the title last year and she's not even booked this year, and how she's the greatest women's wrestler to come out of England.
I loved it. I love that she was so cheered last year, and then all of a sudden she's getting booed.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
It's crazy. Those UK fans will turn on you like that.
Yeah, they sure will. I felt like we got that a couple times throughout this evening where the crowd was cheering someone, and then right after they just turned on them on a dime.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Jamie Hayter's back, so it looks like first feud is Hayter and Saraya, which I'm not mad at. I think that'll be a great feud.
No, I'm glad that Saraya, she got to come out and have a little moment, and her family got to be part of it. I thought her mom looked. I was like, "That's her mom." her mom looked younger than I thought.
Yeah, it must be something in the UK water.
Yeah, and this I enjoyed this thing. So, which match did you like the best out of the pre-show?
I think I like the 16-man just for the pure chaos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stat and
yeah, it was a toss-up between those two.
Yeah.
All right, so we ready to move on to the main show?
Matthew says he would have won the sing-off if he had brought his big flag out.
Yeah.
Do you have a big flag?
Actually, I do have a big Canada flag.
Listen, it's not the size of the flag. It's what they do with it.
It's the wave.
It's the wave of that flag. It's the motion. All right, let's get started with the regular show here.
Okay, so we open the main card with a bang with the 4-way trios ladder match for the world trios titles. We have Bullet Club Gold, House of Black, the Patriarchy, and the ragtag thrown together team of Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac. Canada Dry, let's start with you. What did you think?
Well, I think that I was really surprised by Pac and Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Like they were on a bit of a tear there to start that match, and it was really good. You had so many high spots in this thing, though.
Yes.
Like so many. We had a spot where like the Bullet Club are like, get the tables, and like there's so many good moments.
And what's great is the crowd just starts chanting tables, like what they do in the WWE, and and the Guns are just like, okay, let's get back to wrestling.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. I guess the main thing you take away from this is that the BCC are now the trios champions.
Yes.
And at the end of the match, we get Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, kind of acting like he's had enough of Christian Cage. And he's walking off. And you're like, oh, is this how it ends? Kind of anticlimactic like that? That's what I was thinking for Kill Switch.
But stay tuned for later in the
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Tripson, what are your thoughts?
It was a pretty fun match. I'm really looking forward to watching what Pac is going to do with Yuta and Castagnoli, because I honestly just something about that team just seems like a perfect threesome team. Like they do look like they work well together, and I really can't wait to see when they actually start doing some regular trios, titles, defenses, and regular matches, and not gimmick style matches. Like I think they're really gonna light it up, and this was a show. I don't think anybody really had them winning on their bingo cards probably today. Like that was a surprise.
5 people in AFW picked them to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it would be low. I knew somebody probably picked them, but I knew it was going to be low numbers. I didn't think anybody would thought just because they really were throwing in the last minute for that match too, right?
I figured out why Pac works so well. If you line them up, they look like Russian nesting dolls. But
what
we're
was
glossing
frustrating
over
with me is they were using that short ladder the whole time. I was like, and it's like crickety, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna stand on the top of that thing and grab the belts.
But we're glossing over the best part. Mother Wayne went through a table.
Yes, she did.
Somebody
And we
called
were
that.
calling that this morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. But yeah, like I enjoyed this match. Like you guys know, I love chaos matches, and there's nothing more chaotic than 12 men in ladders. It was fun. It was a great way to get the crowd going to kick off the pay-per-view.
So what do we got next?
Next up is, might I say, a bad placement for this match.
Yeah.
The women's title match, Mariah May versus champion Toni Storm. We go with Showtime Shane. What are your thoughts?
I absolutely agree with the placement part. I thought that was the worst placement. I honestly had them probably like slated for the second or third to last match. I was actually shocked that happened before the TBS title match. So, but great match. Honestly, Mariah May looks like a rock star, and just watch her potential future with that belt. And the fact that she slapped her own mother in the front row, that was hilarious. I wasn't expecting that at all, but I like, and the mother sold it.
Odd. It was odd.
It was, but the mother sold it well.
Yeah.
But no, great match though. I really enjoyed it.
Canada Draft.
Yeah, I thought this was a great match. And what I would have done, this is where I would put Mercedes and Britt.
Yeah.
It's the
I would have
TBS
too.
championship.
Yeah.
This is where I would have put them, because I feel that Storm and May would have been able to transition to after that Osprey match.
Plus the hometown girl too. Hometown girl winning. She should have got it later.
She was getting booed. She was getting booed because they were on Tony's.
That was very surprising. I didn't think she would get booed like that.
Yeah, like they just went with it.
Yeah. But yeah, like I enjoyed it. Once again, another banger match. Great. It definitely felt like the crowd took a while to get into it because of what they just went through, which is why.
If this match was in Canada and Mariah May was Canadian, we would have cheered her on, even if she was a bitch. We were
Probably,
like, that's our bitch. Like Canadians, they really support the wrestlers, and I was surprised that the Brits didn't.
Yeah, I liked it. Ready to go? Let's go into the next match. The next match.
Were you guys thinking that at one point that Toni Storm was going to win this?
I never really had that feeling that Toni was going to win. I felt like it never gave me that like heart palpitation of like, oh man, here's where she could win.
When she had the shoe, that's where I was like, oh.
Oh, you think she might have intentionally got disqualified to keep the title?
Or just, I don't know. That's where I was in doubt. And the fact that she couldn't use it, that's when...
I will say, I do hope that this isn't the end of the timeless Toni character. I hope it evolves a little bit more to something
Yeah, Technicolor
Yeah,
Tony.
just like something. Like,
Does this really like bright colors that are from like Wizard of Oz? Yeah, I really like this match. What do we got next?
next up is Jericho versus Hook. It's Canada Dry. I know you love this match. You go ahead.
You go first on this because you got some bones.
I didn't like this match. I just didn't enjoy it. I thought it was boring. It was just. I think it's a combination of I'm over this Jericho character and Hook just he's boring.
Yeah, I there's only so much you can do for Hook. Like I still love him as Jericho character. Like I still love the learning tree. But like you cannot drag someone across the finish line like this.
No.
It's essentially what Jericho was doing.
The best thing about this match is Taz finally throwing the Kata Hajime on somebody.
Yeah. I mean, the bad apple. But yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I don't think it was a bad match. The lame cricket balls was rough because there's like he's just like throwing them like.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to bring into this match because Jericho always has something related to the area.
Yeah,
I did like the spot where he had the high guys cricket thing.
Cricket bat.
And he puts it between his balls and does the back slam. Like that was cool. But yeah, I feel like Hook is got dragged across the finish line here.
Yeah.
And
I
don't think Hook is. I'm not a Hook guy.
I really hope like Jericho and them go towards like the trios division. I think they could do some good work there.
That would make sense to me is to set them up in the trios division eventually and maybe be one of BCC's first title defenses. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I found myself during this match more interested in what's going on my phone and chat than I actually did about what was going on in that match. Like, it was just not, it just didn't draw me in, especially as match is supposed to be an FTW rules match or whatever. Like, it just did not have that excitement there.
Did you guys realize it's not really being betrayed as a unrecognized title anymore?
Yeah,
it's
I noticed
definitely
that.
being treated as a AEW title now.
It's being treated as like a hardcore title.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Another thing that kind of boggled my mind about this is I don't understand why Shibata was on the pre-show and not in Hook's corner for this.
Yeah. Especially
we got a friend of Bad Take Cade here. Hey guys, new to this channel. He's got the Monday Night Raw logo.
Old school Monday Night Raw logo.
Yeah, this pay-per-view was shit. Best matches was the opening and main event.
I wouldn't
is that you?
Matches.
Haney, is that you in disguise?
There's a lot of good matches in this, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so
the women's match we just talked about was a great match.
Do you? And then Matt goes, Ben. Do you have anything you want to add to this Hook versus Jericho?
I don't think there's much that could be said anymore at this point with that match.
Listen, if you weren't into it, like sometimes you gotta invest.
Yeah.
Like if you're not investing, you're not gonna get into it. Like I'm not saying it was a great match, but you gotta invest. If you're looking at your phone.
Yeah,
I was watching. I was just like, just didn't do it for me.
There's been times. It also depends. Like if you're tired, and like you watch a certain match, it doesn't pull you in right away. You're like,
That's exactly what I was fighting, actually, to be brutally honest. Yeah.
But which match we got up next?
Up next is the triple threat match for the World Tag Team titles. We had the champions, the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaimed. Canada Dry, what do you think?
I
about
got beef with Max Caster. His rap, couldn't understand most of it, but the one thing I did pick up was FTR watches Bret Hart matches for their Spank Bank.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm just like, okay, let's put Bret Hart aside altogether. Why do you have to be so freaking vulgar? With penis this, jerk off, like.
Yeah, that whole rap was garbage. I was...
It really seems like he's been trying to do that. Those last few raps, like he's just trying to get more and more vulgar and not, and it's being less and less entertaining in the process too.
Okay, aside, we're gonna go on our Bill Cosby sidetrack here. Now, Bill Cosby, he's a bit of a raper, but,
Yeah, okay.
but he said something really wise. It's like if you have to go dirty in your comedy, and it doesn't take much brains to go dirty and sex and vulgar, like it's like low hanging fruit. You don't have to come up with anything really smart, right?
That's true.
But yeah, I like this match. I'd probably put this of all the matches, I'd probably put this as my third worst.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as some of the matches that the Young Bucks and FTR have been involved in.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It was good, but it's going to be on the lower end of this card for me.
That's fair.
Shane, what are your
thoughts? I myself I love the FTR's new gear, or their Bret Hart tribute gear tonight was freaking perfect. These matches get a little chaotic. So I really think FTR Bucks need to go again without any third or fourth teams and stuff like that. Like, it's them working with the Acclaim kind of just made it a little bit of a messy match in some ways. I don't think the Acclaim are that great of wrestlers, to be honest. Neither of them. So, but I can't even remember what the heck I was going to say. But you know what? Not surprising, the Bucks won the tag team titles again, retain the titles. I think they're going to be holding on to those titles for a long time with the other elite members. I think it's going to be just like they're going to be gold collecting for a while, or holding on to gold for a while, the entire faction. So,
yeah, like I thought it was entertaining. What did you think, Joe?
I enjoyed the match. I mean, other than Max Caster,
Yeah.
The way, I just don't think he's a good wrestler at all. And his rap turned me off from the beginning. I'm like I don't think if I could have rolled my head any harder, they would have popped out of my head. But I mean, yeah, I would have so much rather this just been Bucks and FTR.
Yeah,
they're so good together.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I get why, because they did it last year at Wembley.
And I feel like this was a way to get more people on the card.
That's true too.
It's like, no one's going to win it, and it's going to be no championships are going to change hands, so might as well include as many people as possible.
But I think, honestly, the biggest thing of this match happened after the match was over. The
Yeah.
Bucks get out of the ring, and all of a sudden, standing behind FTR is the Grizzled Young Vets. What do you guys think?
They come up to the Young Bucks first.
Oh, they did? I missed it then. I must have my head turned.
Yeah, they were challenging the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks leave, and then they do the beatdown on.
Well, that's right. Then they turn around and just start beating up FTR.
Which is something to look forward, because the Grizzly Young Vets and FTR.
Oh, that's going to be a great match.
Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. And that's the thing. The AEW hasn't utilized those guys enough yet since they've joined AEW.
Well, that's it. They never signed with AEW. They came on for that one match, and I think the last I heard, they were talking, but they were kind of far apart on money.
So does this mean they've signed?
I haven't seen anything, but I would think so. I can't imagine you would bring in a tag team on your biggest pay-per-view of the year without signing them.
Yeah.
But it's Tony Khan, so who knows?
No, especially because they didn't do anything special. Like Grado last year, they had him involved in a match or whatever, getting involved. Those guys just did a quick beatdown. So for something like that, I couldn't see you bringing hometown heroes and not actually have them signed.
It could be either way.
I would see if they were only there for the part-time spot, they should have done more then. That was pretty, like, they didn't do much for their appearances, but I guess the best way to try to put it, I would.
But if it's leading to something with AEW,
that's what I think. Yeah, that's why I see it being like they're going to be doing a program.
Yeah, I think they're signed. Like, I'm going on a limb here. I'm going to say they are most likely signed.
Yeah.
Okay, so up next is the Casino Gauntlet match. How do you guys want to cover this? Do you want me to run down who came over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that? Do you want to talk about each entrant as they came out?
Let's how about you run down the order of who came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it.
Coming out first, who won the triple threat match a few weeks ago, was Orange Cassidy. Then number 2 was Okada. Then number 3, which blew my mind, was Nigel McGuinness.
Yes.
Then
and let's think. How about this? Let's take a pause to talk about some as we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nigel McGuinness looked freaking great.
He's phenomenal.
He did not miss a beat, even though how long has it been since he wrestled?
A decade?
Yeah, he was crisp as
his shape was phenomenal.
Machine.
Dude, his shape was phenomenal, man. Like, he looked jacked for this event and stuff for that. And it was beautiful. It was really great to see him back.
Having him in this match just brought to light how many matches I want to see him have with the guys that interact with this company.
Yeah.
Like Okada and McGuinness. Please, I would love for that as a one-on-one match.
I am really starting to become an Okada fan.
Oh, I've always loved him.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you don't follow him in New Japan,
right? If you didn't follow him in New Japan, you would think, what's the big deal with him?
Yeah, and only seeing him in those matches with Bryan Danielson, like, okay, they weren't that great. So now I'm starting to see what the big fuss is about.
Dude, I love his comedic timing. Like, he gave Orange Cassidy a hug and then looked up and just started clubbing the crap out of him.
Oh, when Okada does that, like that look in his eyes when he's about to do something, like, I'm loving that. He's selling that perfectly when his eyes just go wide open, like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna do something very dirty.
Yep.
All right, who else is in this thing?
Okay, so after McGuinness came out, then we got Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, I was surprised with Zack Sabre.
Yeah.
Once again. And the fans lost their mind when it was Sabre and McGuinness in the ring together. Like, these guys went nuts.
That was an awesome moment.
And then you also had Sabre and Okada.
Yep. Which, if you're not a New Japan person, it probably intrigues you more than a New Japan fan. But then after Roderick Strong was Mark Briscoe, then Hangman Page, Jeff Jarrett, and then the worst kept secret.
So we had some Hangman Page action here.
Yeah,
like, he was going on a rampage when he first came in. He was like everyone was.
He was just laying everyone out left and right.
And then they reestablished the little bit of a beef between him and Okada, which is good because I really think those guys are going to be set up for a potential match.
Yeah, like I guess Hangman is an elite then.
No,
he was just.
Yeah, I thought that was just for that match.
Yep.
And then you had Jeff Jarrett hit him with the guitar.
Oh man, he walloped him good. He just sort of spun him around and went whack.
That was one of the best guitar shots I've ever seen
in a long time.
Yes,
He had some really good ones in WCW, and
Yeah.
in TNA. Like the one in TNA that comes to mind is when he turned on Sting. Sting's diving off and he just wallops him. Like Sting
Did
had no
you
time
know-
to protect himself.
Did you know that the ones that Honky Tonk Man was using were not gimmicked guitars?
Yeah,
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, like these hitting people on the head.
Oh
with
man.
these real guitars. Like I think they're saying Jake. Was it Jake or Randy? I think it was Jake Snake who got hit with it, and he's like pulling out fiberglass from his head.
Oh,
That's not cool.
no.
But yeah,
Okay. So the last one I said was Jeff Jarrett, right?
yeah.
And then up next is the absolute worst kept secret. Ricochet came out.
But we didn't know if he would keep the name.
I had a feeling he would because he was known as like King Ricochet in New Japan and other
That's right.
places.
Like, what was his name on the card that Styles called him? We're like, who the hell is this? I had to look it up. Oh, it's Ricochet.
I'm not sure. So
Trevor Mann.
oh
Yeah,
Trevor,
I probably-
yeah, that's his government name. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. You see, Styles is trying to throw us a
Kind
little
of
loop
trick
here.
kind of trick you a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if people fell for it.
I don't know. I haven't looked at that part of the results yet. We'll see.
So we'll see.
But yeah, but
Caleb was like, no Trevor Mann.
Ricochet came out and looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like he just, that's what I like about this kind of match is when someone comes out, they get like 30 to 45 seconds to just show what they got.
Yeah, by the time he was done, the new guy was coming in.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is
But
this is
Just moves flawlessly.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
effortlessly.
That spot he did where he freaking ran along the top rope and then did the shooting star press to the outside to the guy's stat. That was insane. He almost looked like he was going to lose it too once he sprung up on that rope there. But no, he saved it. That was beautiful.
we got to get Ricochet versus Hologram at some point, right?
Now,
Get the Spider-Man
Spider-Man
meme going on.
Ricochet
Yeah.
is I don't think he was ever looked this good on WWE programming.
No,
He was never really afforded the opportunity to.
exactly.
Yeah, like
In NXT, great. Like
Yeah.
in those ladder matches and in his feud with Adam Cole.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
We can have that match again. I'm so excited now.
yes, we got lots of potential. I don't want to see him. I don't even want to see him in hologram at any time soon.
I'm telling you. You know what I want to see? I want Ricochet and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks in a straight old school PWG style match just to watch the internet melt down. That's all I want.
Who are you going to feud Ricochet against first?
Oh,
That's a tough one, right?
yeah.
Maybe MJF could be the first one because
I don't know because you can't have MJF lose again, and you can't have.
Yeah, that's true. But you're right there.
Maybe the patriarchy. Have them take on maybe like Nick Wayne.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So I guess because I don't have any answers for that.
My personal would have been, but they look like they're not going to resign. I would have loved to see him and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, that would have been.
The thing about Ray Phoenix is he going to sit now until
I don't
That's
know.
that's what it looks like. Him and it looks like they're sitting.
They're going to sit him for a year.
His brother's going to get released, or
Yeah,
brother's
Penta will-
contract is going to be over,
Yeah.
and then his contract is going to be still.
Now that we're on this, let me ask you guys: fair or foul if Tony Khan throws on that year of injury time?
Absolutely fair.
Yeah, fair. I mean, he missed the time to begin with, so
Well, you don't want, he's going to the other company.
Yeah.
You're handing them ammo. Like, here's your ammo.
I mean, but to be fair, that other company hasn't shown very well to be able to handle that caliber of wrestler. So
look at Ricochet. Ricochet's a great example.
okay,
but this would be a great chance for Pentagon to go into WWE, make his own name for a while until his brother can come.
I mean, they've done it before in Impact and stuff like that. So.
and then his brother can say, "What the fuck? I'm not coming because you're not treating my brother good." Honestly, that was what I would do if I was, because like if they're really after Ray Phoenix rather than Pentagon, then they better treat Pentagon good.
Yeah.
But who's next though?
So there's only two entrants left, and it is Christian and Luchasaurus. Now, me and Canada Drive already had this discussion.
Yeah.
I hate how this match ends.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
We all thought
What shit?
when Nigel came out, oh, this could be going. Nigel's going to win it, and then we're like, well, Cowboy shit can still win it, but out of nowhere, Christian limps to the ring. And then they announced Luchasaurus to try and swerve us.
Yeah, they really emphasized it was Luchasaurus and not Kill Switch. Even the commentary team made sure to.
So they'll put him back to Kill Switch, I bet you, by Wednesday or whenever is up. But like, I think they didn't want to give away the ending, and I think I don't think this is a pay-per-view championship.
I think my problem is this is a pay-per-view, and when you say there could be 21 people, I feel like you should have 21 people.
Yeah.
I understand. Look, I get TV. You're very much more constricted on time. So, and they've already set that precedent of these matches can end at any time. So having the pay-per-view one go the full 21, I think would be better. Because you're going to have to do that.
They had 21 wrestlers to be part of this fight.
I think though, if you would do that, you're gonna have to put shorter times between guys entering, because 21, then you would have 21 entrances, and if they're doing it every 2 minutes, that's 42 minutes just for guys to come out and not the actual match.
They weren't doing 2 minutes all the time, because I know who came
I
out.
did feel like there were some times where it was shorter than the other. Yeah,
Mark Briscoe came out, and it felt like 30 seconds later, here came Hangman Page.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
Lafayette, Indiana is in the building.
What's up, Robert? How you doing? The match ends. Luchasaurus comes out teasing the choke slam on Christian, and then he choke slams Kyle O'Reilly. Of all people, you had to pin Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly hasn't taken enough. Kyle O'Reilly. Oh man.
And then Luchasaurus just sort of drags Christian over on top of Kyle O'Reilly for the 1, 2, 3.
Poor Kyle O'Reilly. he takes the beating. He's like,
he always does that.
I think my biggest problem is sitting there. You had these guys lose their trios titles earlier in the night, and then to come out and just basically have him be gifted a world title shot.
Yeah,
I don't like it, but that's me. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's optimum, but. Same thing. I don't want to bitch at it because I just want to ride the flow, see where this goes.
We'll see.
Ride the wave.
I guess it'll be curious as to when they.
I think it's going to be like a Dynamite. I don't think it's going to be a pay-per-view cash in.
Or a Battle of the Belt. Isn't there one coming up soon?
Please don't let it be a Battle of Belts.
Rampage.
Right after Rampage, we got Battle of the Belts. But now it's usually part of Collision.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But it's still a piss off to me that they're not putting it before Collision.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean there.
Okay.
And Robert says, I'm so glad it's not Christian Cage and Swerve again.
That's true.
But this is like if with Bryan Danielson winning.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
So really, most people watch the pay-per-view are watching this. It's a brand new match between Christian and Daniel Bryan.
And I don't think we ever got that match in WWE that I can think of.
I think this is probably Bryan Danielson's request because he's like, I need a match with my good buddy Christian.
It's possible. Yep.
And I mean, he's been going against a lot of young guys lately. Now it's like, yeah, maybe time to have a veteran match.
What if Christian becomes the world champion?
No. No. Look, he had his nice run when he was the TNA champion when he got to beat Kenny Omega.
Then he had the TNT title.
Yep. And he did
Well,
phenomenal with that.
Yeah, he was great as a TNT champion. That's where it started, this whole patriarch thing. Like with Christian's light switch, when he went to that character as the and won the TNT title, just his press conferences were fire. Like he was absolutely perfectly sold the character even during the post.
Honestly,
game show.
you know what title I would love to see Christian go after just for the reactions with the wrestler? Okada and the Continental title. I think that would be some gold.
He beats Okada.
I don't know, not necessarily beats Okada. I'm just talking about the interaction between the two.
Yeah.
Called each other a bitch.
All right, let's move on to the next match.
Next match. MJF versus Will Ospreay for the American title. My God, what a match. Like,
Yeah.
I loved everything about this match. Like,
so I took a real quick piss break at the beginning of this.
mm-hmm.
Just quickly ran to the bathroom. And then what happened with the streamers?
I don't know. I don't know if they just didn't get released properly, because obviously it came out during MJF's entrance and they just slowly like descended or got caught up on like the wiring or the K or something. But
That happened to them last year too. I thought they would have learned their lesson because I forget which match, might even been the Young Bucks when they came out and they shot out streamers and it was doing that exact thing, stuck in all the stuff above the ring.
Guys
Stuff
releasing the streamers work for WWE. We did it again, boss.
But once again, like, even if the wrestling wasn't as great as it was, which it was, once again, this is another match that was just about the story.
Yeah.
They told a phenomenal story, and they can love the story throughout. My question is, did you guys like Will Ospreay's entrance?
I thought it was great. Like, being able to incorporate Assassin's Creed, the new video game, into that and not have it feel like a sellout, like a corporate shill.
Well, like, he's a massive Assassin's Creed fan, and the hidden blade
because
and on top of that, the hidden blade is a weapon in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, like this is perfect for him and AEW to sponsor,
make
the game.
A little extra money.
Yeah,
I liked his entrance, like with the guys just doing the parkour all over the place. I thought it was cool. But
I myself, I love MJS entrance more with the Apollo Creed like theme.
Yep, coming out saluting everybody.
with his Lex Luger tights.
Yep. But yeah, the match. Canada Dry, what do you think of the match?
The match was phenomenal. Like this, like, first of all, MJF, as great as on the mic as he is, he is a great wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Like he is a wrestler's wrestler. Like he can do anything. He's as good as anybody in AEW.
Oh yeah.
Like if you had a match with,
he's probably as good as anybody in the world right now.
Yeah, like you look at some of MJF's matches, they are all top shelf.
Like, look, he went an hour with Danielson, an hour with Ospreay. I have no doubt he could probably go an hour with Swerve if they wanted to go an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, you got your top wrestlers right now in AEW are Swerve, Ospreay, MJF. Those are your top three.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely the top three right now for AEW.
Like, this is a swan song championship reign for Bryan Danielson. I don't expect him to hold it for very long.
Honestly, I think he's going to drop it at Wrestle Dream. I really do. He's already come out. He did that interview and says he needs to have surgery by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, the end of the year could be World's End.
That's December 31st. What's he going to drop and then immediately go into surgery?
Well, you never know. World's End. Like January, you didn't say when in January he's going to do the surgery. Like, what a perfect way to end.
Yeah. We'll see.
Give him a nice little run. World's End wouldn't be a bad place to drop it.
I'd be probably.
I don't know. All I know is we technically have an AEW champion who's not under contract with the company. So
if he wanted, he could screw over AEW so bad right now. It shows up on Raw.
Speaking of which, we didn't mention this. On the pre-show, Swerve signed his contract extension with AEW.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So
yeah, I like how I passed it to Nana to approve. What do you think, Nana?
He's like, yeah, look at all them zeros, huh?
But yeah, what were we talking about before? We went on?
The MGF and the Ospreay match.
Yes,
man.
This was killer.
Yeah,
great start time. What do you think, Showtime?
Honestly, that's probably was one of my more favorite matches of the night. You kind of took the words out of my mouth about MGF. He really can wrestle with any type of wrestler, and he's proved it with the banger guys, the freaking wrestling technicians, and in this case, the high flyer. MJF could put on a freaking great match no matter which guy's given. And that spot when Ospreay did the tumble, jumped out of the ring, and for MJF to catch him and then do the tombstone on the outside, that was amazing. Yeah. So, no, honestly, this is definitely. Sorry, what is that?
I think it's called the Sasuke special.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Sasuke special. But man, that was really. It was pretty much, I'd say, a fast-paced match almost the entire time too. It didn't feel like there was dragouts or lulls or anything like that going on during it too. So no, it's definitely one of my top or favorite matches of the night.
Did I give my thoughts? I don't remember.
I don't think you did.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe you could talk about the Danny Garcia part.
Oh yeah.
I
forgot about that. When someone, first off, I don't know why MJF as the heel and the reigning champion is trying to hide the brass knucks from the ref. I mean, if you get caught, you win. I mean, you keep your title. But sorry, hold on, my phone's ringing real quick. But yeah. So MJF, he goes to punch Ospreay and he gets stopped by somebody, and I genuinely forgot about Daniel Garcia. I'm like, who is this? And pulls off his mask, and it's a shade like way more serious Garcia, and I love it because I think we're going to get the Red Death Garcia, which will be awesome.
So this could mean that Danny Garcia is back under contract.
That's what I would take it as. Yes, I would absolutely think he signed an extension with AEW. So
yeah, I didn't see Garcia interfering at all because I never heard any news. Unlike Ricochet, where they announced that he did his contract or it's just signed and stuff like that, I didn't hear nothing about Garcia, so I was not expecting him tonight.
So this could lead to a Garcia versus MJF feud.
Oh, for sure.
We could probably get match number 1 at All Out.
Yeah.
You could have this Wednesday. You could just have MJF call out Garcia and be like, you screwed me. You cost me my title at All In.
Do you know what I'd like to see from Garcia?
What's that?
He does what they were trying to do with Owen Hart, where he would just come in and screw over the D-Generation X, and he would just ruin their plans, and they go back into the crowd and run off. Garcia just comes in just sneaks
like
in
a hit and run, like guerrilla tactics, just hit and run.
Yeah, and then just takes off.
That would be interesting because they could still play up the fact that he's not under contract with AEW if they wanted.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So, and then MJF's just like, I've had enough, Garcia. Get your ass out of here. You screwed me for the last time. So,
anything else? So, okay. Next,
Actually, I do say though he did look badass. That new moment when you saw his shaved head exposed in the knock, it was like, man, he does look like a killer. He looked.
I really wish Matt Menard would have been on commentary for this match.
Yeah.
I think he would have added something special to that moment, but you know.
Or he'd ruin it.
I mean, it wouldn't be as bad as
Look,
Bobby.
he's not dancing anymore. He's not dancing anymore.
I mean, nothing will ever be as bad as who is it? Bobby Heenan saying, "Which side is he on?" Knowing Hogan would
shut up, Bobby.
Okay. And the next match, probably the match we're not going to spend that much time on. TBS
or we
title
will
match.
because it pisses me off.
TBS title match. Britt Baker
All right, so-
versus Mercedes Moné.
I'll just get this out of the way. I had a bathroom break during that match, and it was a long one, so I wasn't on purpose either. It was just
Oh, you're doing
accident
number
happened.
two.
Yeah, it was
Number two.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. My favorite thing about this match was Mercedes' entrance, coming in with the corgis and the royal.
Yeah, I like that.
Coach.
The other thing I liked was the Britt Baker Eddie Guerrero spot where she slapped down on the mat.
Oh yeah.
With the
I have a problem with that. Like I hate that spot because
to me it brought some life into this match.
I mean, no, I'm just saying in general, it makes refs so dumb because especially in AEW, you constantly hear refs say they can't do anything about which they don't see.
Yeah.
The ref didn't see anybody get hit. Why are you now throwing someone out? Like,
well, it's an innuendo. You're like, well,
I mean, yeah, sure, but at the same time, when you see a roll of quarters all over the freaking ring, you can't throw someone out for that. I mean,
well, yeah, but for me, aside from that, it brought a little life to this match, which was desperately needed. I've said it time and time again. Britt Baker is not a good wrestler.
No.
And I don't know why Tony Khan keeps giving her these big spots where she doesn't deliver. Like even where she won her first world title, she was gassed as hell.
Yeah.
Like she is not able to deliver these big time matches.
I hated Britt Baker's reign. I thought it was horrible. It reminded me of Jinder Mahal. Every match was the same, and it always ended in freaking interference.
My thoughts: if WWE want Britt Baker, they can have her.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly, I see her being just too lethargic. Like their matches are sloppy, or she's really slow movement, where it just didn't make it believable.
Like the Professor Serena Deeb, much better wrestler.
Fuck it.
Statlander, much better wrestler. Like these are the women.
Willow, much better wrestler.
Yeah, Willow. Like pushing your better wrestlers who also have like Serena Deeb needs a little personality and chip put in her from Star Trek. Your personality and chip. There we go. It's like she doesn't. Maybe know what she needs. She needs a manager.
I would say, I would love to see her with. You know who? Honestly, Stokely has done wonders for Stat.
Stokely starts taking all these badass women.
All the badass women that just beat him up.
It's his weird kink.
So here's my question for you. We'll kill some time until Shane comes back. Who do you think Mercedes feuds with next? Who would you want to see her feud with next?
Wow. There's not a lot to go by here.
They're all heels. That's the problem too. It's a bloated heel roster for females right now in AEW.
You gotta give her someone. So like maybe Serena Deeb.
Okay.
Like, I don't know,
who would you like to see Mercedes feud with next?
I don't know if I would say I'd like to, but I have a feeling it'd be probably Thunder Rosa's going to probably be in there.
Oh yeah, Thunder or Peraza would be a good choice.
But the problem with Peraza right now, she's heel right now. See, that's the one problem with the AEW female roster. They got too many heels right now, so it's nobody they can put Sasha. A lot of them they just turn too.
You know who I would like to see, and sounds like she's coming back soon? Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Because House of Black are very much tweeners right now. You could just treat Julia the same, and she could fill the face role for this.
And they could go behind like saying, I was the one who beat you up, and they turned the lights out.
Yeah.
Although I think Sky Blue took credit for that, didn't she?
I think she did. But you can always be like, I did it for the Julia. It's like, you know, that.
She made me.
And also, too, I have to say for this match, too, terrible placement on the card. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Tony was thinking Mercedes Monet's star power would be enough.
Yeah. That's clearly what he thought.
I think she's not that great of a wrestler either myself. I find her being lethargic moving sometimes.
I don't think I don't think she's able to carry a match. Like, I don't think she's a bad wrestler, but she doesn't have that ability to take somebody and make them look better than they are.
That's a fair assessment.
Like, I don't think Mercedes Monet is a bad wrestler in herself. Like, I think she's a good wrestler, but it takes a special wrestler to carry someone.
All right. Are we ready for the next match?
We are ready.
Next match is for the TNT title, Jack Perry versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. I love this match. It was quick, fast, and it was just brutal.
This wasn't a long match, was it?
It was not.
Was it? I did not realize. I didn't expect it to be that short.
What was it?
It felt like maybe like 10. It didn't feel like a very long match.
No, I felt under 50. It was under 15 minutes for sure.
Which is honestly, for a match of this type, I think is good. Because these two went out and was just balls to the walls, just beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
You can't do that for a half hour and it'd be believable.
My favorite part was when Jack Perry set up the coffin up like this.
Yeah.
And he was going to do a dive onto Jack Perry, moves out of the way, and he just slams into the coffin.
Dude.
The fact that Darby coming with the thumbtacks glued to his face, that was awesome.
Yeah. Like, that was brutal. What was I going to say? That gasoline that the Bucks brought out, there's something wrong with that gasoline because that looked like apple juice.
I was my first thought. I was like, that can't be gasoline. That's got to be apple juice.
Yeah, also when I saw it, I was like seeing brown. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Gasoline is a little bit more golden, right? Or a little bit yellow.
It's honestly, it's more clear.
Yeah.
It's way more clear than whatever that was in their container.
Usually they use water, I think.
And Shane, what do you think about the match, Shane?
I loved it. Yeah, that was fun. It really was a really fun match to watch. Those guys, they even said that, like, we know Darby obviously has no fear of taking pain, but they mentioned Jack Perry. Like, he seems like, he's willing to take some really stiff shots and some dangerous maneuvers, and I like it. Like, he's starting to show that he's going to be a workhorse in AEW for years to come.
Look at where Jack Perry was a year ago to where he is now.
Yes.
And that's with missing a massive amount of time due to suspension.
He's a new man. He's absolutely a new man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and his work is showing for it too.
Should we talk about the chants of the crowd?
What? But like, I love that spot where he pulls out the scapegoat bag, and it's glass.
Oh yeah,
and it's just this moment of just like,
and he just got this. He got this like shit-eating grin on his face.
I had that same grin too when he pulled the glass out.
The shit-eating grin.
Like,
Are we talking about a dog who eats shit? Is this where this comes from?
I don't know.
What?
I just know the saying.
But yeah, it's to me. He didn't need to use real glass in this situation.
But it's Darby, so Darby was okay with it.
Well, also it's like, well, if you're gonna say real glass, you better use like that. There were some real cuts on him because of that.
Oh, absolutely. So here, I wonder what do you think was worse, the back body drop into the glass, or Darby dropping in on him with the skateboard?
Ooh.
The skateboard.
I'd say the skateboard because just how solid trucks are.
Yeah. Okay. But like, this is one of those matches where we mentioned earlier where the crowd really flipped for Jack Perry. Like, they were booing him, and by the end of this match, it felt like they were really cheering this guy. Like, it's like he won them over in this match.
I think the bag of glass helped.
Who's picked Darby? Is that the JP picked Darby?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we all picked him or what.
I forget who Shane has.
Oh, I took Jack.
You don't have Jack Perry. It's mine. Like 2 years ago.
Oh, you mean that.
you're talking about the Pillard
I
stick.
thought we were talking about the match I thought we were talking about who picked him on the forum today. On the
we're talking about our guys.
No, I think Dragunov somehow was my guy.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, my guy's the star of the night.
Yeah,
kicking ass, taking names. Jack,
one of
like
the
think about this. Like Jack Perry, last year at All In, he's fighting for the FTW title
on the pre-show.
On the pre-show. Yeah. Oh no, it was the first match, wasn't it?
No, it was the
CM Punk was the first match.
CM Punk and Joe was the first. They were the last match of the pre-show.
The main card.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how the whole cross ended up happening, was just because they were so close together in matches.
I remember us on Dynamite After Dark talking about Jack Perry's inability to cut a promo. Like,
and that's changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is absolutely changed. Like, he's just... he's not the best, but he's improved.
I wonder if he took that time off. It's like, well, if I'm going to be suspended, I'm not going to be here. I must take some acting classes.
He could have easily, yeah. He probably did. Or some kind of speech classes and stuff like that. Because his promos are hot now. They really are.
Jericho credits some of his promo work and his talking on the mic ability to Groundlings. He spent some time with the Groundlings group. And just really like those when you had those with they do the improv, like you just hone your skills.
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, but back to the match. We got to talk about Sting coming out.
Yeah.
How do we forget about that?
Coming out to seek and destroy again.
So first off, they put the gasoline on him. They lock him in the casket.
Pour more
gas. Put the apple juice all over him. They're getting ready to light the apple juice, and the lights go out, and it's Sting.
The thing I found stupid though is Jack Perry with the Bic lighter. It's like, you don't want to get that close to a thing of gasoline with a Bic lighter. You're gonna want to light a piece of paper on fire or use something else like a Zippo you can light and throw at it. Not a Bic. You don't want to go up the gasoline with a Bic lighter that close.
Maybe we'll come out with a shirt, real apple juice.
That's great.
Sting coming back was great, but I kind of had that feeling that he was going to be at All In because there was talks about it.
Yeah, it's just a cameo, really.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. And the Bucks probably just love selling for Sting because they wanted to put him over.
And you notice what I noticed is they were busy kicking that glass out of the ring.
I was just gonna say that too. I noticed that too. Every time they kept showing the camera, you could see them sweeping more and more away from it.
You're like,
they didn't want to
land in this glass.
I wouldn't want to take a Scorpion death dropping glass. Screw that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it's time for our
After the
last.
main event,
Yeah.
the main event is we all know it is AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus the American Dragon.
With his
Brian.
career on the
Yeah.
line.
Yep.
Career versus
Title versus career.
And they
Swerve.
announced that too. That was perfect.
I love Swerve's ring attire. It just made
Black
him look
Panther,
like a
right?
star. I don't know if it was Black Panther. Like,
But it had Black Panther vibes.
it did. Did he not, like, on the back, did he not have, like, the heads of the people he's defeated on pikes? Because that's what I thought it looked like.
I think it
looked
was.
very the guy who used to stick. I was Ivan the Terrible.
Yep, Ivan the Terrible.
Used to stick to everyone's on the spikes when they killed him.
Yeah. And then, of course, we had Danielson's family at ringside. His wife, his son, and his daughter. He goes up, gives them hugs and kisses. And then we get into the match.
Oh, but first time we see Brie Bella on another wrestling promotion on TV outside of WWE.
Yeah. Well, live, because she did an interview with Renee Paquette that they showed some of it on the pre-show that you missed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I think it's on YouTube, like the whole interview. So, but I'm just gonna say something like I love this match and it was amazing, and I'll let you guys talk about it. But for me, I feel like the whole story of this match is Swerve underestimating Danielson to me. Like taking his time to get into position for moves, like not like he talked about that killer instinct. And I know Swerve had it, but I don't feel like he had enough of it tonight. I feel like that to me, that was the story. What do you think, Canada Dry?
Like this match is probably the best match of the modern era. Like there's no match that I can compare this to in the last 20 years. Like it's that good.
The storytelling was phenomenal.
Yeah, especially when Swerve kept doing the thing to mess with Brian's kids. The storytelling was great.
But like the headshot, Brian's bleeding right away. Just like the story of this match was, you pretty much have to kill Brian Danielson to beat him.
Yep.
Like he was one tough mother trucker in this match.
Yeah.
And these two were just like the way they mixed their chemistry together. It was just like a flawless painting. I adored these two together. Like it's clear that Swerve can wrestle with anyone
absolutely.
and tell a great story.
Just look at the who's who of who he had in like this last 7 months. Hangman, Joe, Danielson, who else am I missing?
Claudio,
yeah. Will.
Yeah.
Like
that was a great match.
He run the gamut of different wrestling styles.
And I liked that. I like this match better than I like the Will Ospreay one.
I think I agree with you.
I would say so, just because of the storytelling in this match.
It got me. I was way more emotionally invested in seeing Danielson win than I was seeing Will.
Well, there's also like the added thing. If this could be Danielson's last match,
exactly. Like the stakes to this match are so.
You would die, Danielson. So,
yeah.
And like the championships are there as props. So I don't think this hurts Swerve at all.
Oh, absolutely not.
It actually helps him because you see what he can do on the largest stage available to him. Like, to me, I think it shows that how good he really is.
You know what? We talked about this earlier. Who do we want Ricochet to feud with next? Put him with Swerve.
Yeah. And you know what? It's
The
starting to
problem
look
I
like
have with this is like you can't have Swerve losing in another match, and you got to have Ricochet.
yeah, just like the
I mean,
MJF
not
thing.
right away. Maybe give Ricochet a couple wins, but you could tell this amazing story of Swerve saying, "This is my company. I know what you've gone through, but you're not going to come in here and do what I did and steal my spot." Two guys who came from the same company, they could play off that so well.
Yeah.
I think there's a story to be told there.
I think the Hangman one's coming soon too, though.
Oh, Hangman is coming absolutely next. That's because obviously he tried to interfere in the match.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew that was happening.
That was the part that changed the flow.
yeah.
Like it wasn't directly affecting it, but it changed the flow of the match.
I mean, I thought it did because even I told you, I was like, I told you, I called it on the podcast.
And then you deleted it.
Yeah, because
he
it directly
messaged me
affected
too.
the end.
He messaged me the exact same time as you.
I was joking.
I was like,
Honestly, though,
I'm like, are these guys 2 minutes ahead of me?
oh man, like you know what though, those guys, Swerve and Daniel tonight really went like peanut butter and jelly though. Like those guys worked so like you said, it was truly a painting, man. I knew they were going to put a good match on. I didn't. This kind of like it really did a lot better than I thought it was. The whole storytelling though was Swerve the whole time, trying to just pick on Daniel's kids, trash talking while kicking Daniel in the head a few times and stuff like that. Like that was great, and then it really does look like there's going to be a full heel turn with Swerve just from that belt spot. That belt spot alone kind of
something. This upsets the whole apple cart in pro wrestling because now that Bryan Danielson is your world champion,
yeah.
And he's on his swan song at the same time John Cena's on his swan song. Do they put the belt on John Cena now?
I think they were going to do it regardless.
Yeah, I think so.
But it really pushes the envelope now that they're doing it with
I don't even know if they're going to hold the titles at the same time because Cena's not coming back till January, and he's not going to win the title that first night. So I don't think it matters that much. But before we go on to the flower shop, I just got to bring up there's one spot in this match that had like just stunned me, and that's when Danielson hits that first psycho knee.
Yeah.
And Swerve just goes, and you just see the look on Danielson's face. Like, I will say, both of these men with their facial expressions in this match tonight were flawless.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of blocked it.
Yeah.
He didn't hit the full thing. Swerve kind of blocked it.
But he's still just the nonchalant badass that he is just like, yeah, you ain't nothing.
Yeah,
which again
that was awesome.
goes probably helped fuel that that underlying tone of not taking this as serious as he should.
Another great move in this match that busted open Bryan Danielson is when Swerve, the referee gets hit. He's kind of shaking it off, and he gets Nana to put the ring bell.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's why I think the heel turn's coming. He's doing more and more heel tactics. But in this match alone, he did quite a few heel like.
See, I don't think he's a heel in the traditional sense. I think he's
no. I don't even think he thinks he's a heel. He thinks he's justified because he said it before. He's like, I'm giving Birdie what she wants. I'm sending her daddy home.
He's doing what he has to do to try and keep the championship. So
yeah, that's true.
And then you have Hangman, who's willing to almost hit a woman for his righteous stuff.
Yeah. That's got to be it all out, right? Hangman and Swerve.
You would think.
I don't see how they could really.
So let's do our flower shop, which is brought to you by. So many pictures here now.
We've got them all.
I got to go through to delete some of these. Brought to you by adorable Adrian Adonis at Pro Wrestling Tees / Adrian Adonis. Come check out his shop and buy a T-shirt. Now, of course, today's we will not be doing any special like your favorite cereal or anything like that. Instead, we're going to do your favorite match of the night and your second favorite match of the night. And why the hell not your worst match of the night?
Do we want to do the worst match of the
and,
night?
and your bell. And your bell right?
Okay, Canada Dry, you can go first.
All right. I'm going to go with my match of the night, and that is Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. Masterpiece. Mwah, chef's kiss. My second match of the night is Ospreay and MJF. Another chef's kiss. And my worst match of the night is Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné. And I'm giving this pay-per-view 4.75.
Pretty good.
Shane.
All right. I'm going to go in reverse order. My second match of the night would be Ospreay and MJF, which also included now my surprise of the night because I did not have Garcia. I did not think he was coming back at all. So that was a big, massive shocker involved in that match. Of course, my favorite match, the Canada Dry said the words perfectly. That Bryan Danielson and Swerve is one of the best matches in a long time. And then worst match, even though I missed a good half of it, but just I watched enough to know, I'm going to have to agree with Britt and Mercedes because what I did saw, or when I did return from the bathroom, it really, it just doesn't seem, I can't put the perfect word. It
could have easily been the main event on Collision.
Yeah, exactly. It's just there was no feel to that match at all.
And your bell rating?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with 4.5. Just because of some of the way the matches were lined up. I didn't I go 4.5 just because there's a couple things that pissed me off. Like when you have the hometown girl like Mariah May on the second match to win, like that was stupid. That should have been way later. The TBS match should have been there. Actually, TBS match should have been 0 hour as far as I'm concerned. So,
and real quick, Kendra, what was your favorite surprise of the night?
My favorite surprise is Ricochet.
Okay. So for me, my match of the night is obviously the main event. How can it not be? It's just a master class in storytelling and wrestling. But I'm going to change it up and give a little shine on a different match. My second match of the night, I loved the trios ladder match. It was fun. It was chaos. So that's first. Second match. My surprise, honestly, is Nigel. I didn't see that coming from a match.
That's right.
I knew within a reasonable doubt that Ricochet was going to be in this match.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly shocked at Nigel McGuinness coming out number 3.
And, your worst match?
Worst match? Like, I'm giving it to Hook and Jericho just because I wasn't invested in it. Like, I watched it and I'm just, But I could easily say, I'm just trying to give some variety here and not sound like a parody. But I'm giving this a 4.75 as well.
You could have Bob Barker me and you didn't.
I didn't. I'm a nice guy. But it was just, even the bad stuff on this pay-per-view wasn't horrible.
No.
Like the 0 hour shows were fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would have reordered some of the matches, but
I'll say, what's the rating?
Probably like 4.6.
4.66. 6.67.
I like this is to me. This is the pay-per-view of the year.
Yes, I don't know how you're going to be able to top this.
It's been my favorite pay-per-view probably the last couple of years. I definitely like it better than the original All In.
Yeah,
I think you might be right. I think my probably the next best one would be All Out, where Danielson and Adam Cole debuted.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But like, I'm hoping that they're able to give a little bit of time next year between Forbidden Door and All Out.
I hope so.
Because the 2 weeks, it's not.
I really don't understand why they're not running All In London if they're just going to run Forbidden Door the same day in the same town.
I think it's because of the
Texas deal.
I don't think Webley is available.
You might be right. Yeah.
But I also think you don't want to like bleed London dry every year. And if it's there every year, it's less special.
Exactly.
You know what? I will say, you know what I kind of hope happens with Forbidden Door being in London this year? I hope they get like Rev Pro in on it too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I think like because it's a lot more Japanese people will be able to watch it because it's
yeah, that's right.
Because it's going to be in the morning for us, but it's going to be
afternoon.
Yeah, so it's a happy medium.
Well,
meet in the middle.
That's the end of our show. Canada Dry. Want to wrap us up? Take us home.
All right. On behalf of EVP Joe, on behalf of Showtime Shane, I am Canada Effing Dry. And just a reminder that sometimes in life you get knocked down. But you know what happens when you get knocked down? You gotta get back up, just like our good friend Bobby Billy says. Baby Billy says, not Bobby Billy.
It's been a long day for you, man.
Yeah, Baby Billy, he understands these long days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's the dedication we show to you guys to do it.
Yeah. So essentially what I'm saying to you is when you get knocked down, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to us. We will help you get back up. Just keep fighting. And now I'm going to look for the outro. And here it is.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.